First, if you've wondered why traffic's worse than ever and public transport more crowded than ever, and there's nothing to rent at an affordable price, the main explanation is that migration is back at record levels, and it's record levels and then some. As reported today in The Australia, net overseas migration, so that's the number of people who come here for more than 12 months, minus those leaving long term, was 304,000 in the year to last September, the highest in more than a decade. In the first 3 months of this financial year, the net inflow was 106,000. Again, an all-time record. And based on official government figures, we can expect 650,000 new arrivals over the current 2 years, way over the previous 2-year period of 577,000 in 2008 and 2009 under Big Australia man Kevin Rudd. Now, yes, big business will be happy because it means more workers, keeps the wages down, more consumers to buy things, boosting their profits. But what about you, the people whose housing's costing more, the commute's getting harder, and whose wages aren't keeping up with inflation? In Canberra, the federal government will be happy because more migrants mean more workers and higher tax revenue. It keeps overall GDP going up, even if GDP per person per capita is not. It manufactures a better set of numbers for budget night, so good headlines for the government, even if the reality is a long way from that. And forget this constant talk about migrants filling a skills shortage. As the COVID-enforced pause in migration showed, the jobs these migrants are filling, they're cleaning, caring, waiting, driving, low-level farm work, all the jobs that Australians increasingly won't do, despite the fact there's almost 1 million of us on unemployment benefits getting money for nothing while jobs go begging. And for all these overseas students, well, many of them come here for an immigration outcome, not an education one. Even the International Education Association is now telling the government that some student visas are being rorted as a backdoor easy way to come to Australia, to get work rights and, of course, keep studying course after course until eventually they let you stay. And with the economy fragile, interest rates going up and home buyers under stress, this is the worst time to be adding massively to population numbers. The worst time to do any of this without a plan. Today, Westpac reported that the number of repossessed homes on its books is nearly back to GFC levels. And while home ownership rates have only dropped from 71% to 66% over the past 3 decades, the percentage of owners with a mortgage has risen from 30% to 37%. Now, these are the people who are especially vulnerable now that repayments are climbing, often by around $1,000 a month with the rate increases, because especially if the labour market starts to weaken or jobs start to go, losing your job means you'll lose your home as well. Yet despite the headlines today, there's not the slightest sign the government intends to wind back immigration, even with the economy at a potential tipping point. Now, that's because for Canberra, immigration's a giant Ponzi scheme, bringing in cash today while putting off the bills till tomorrow. It's not right, but neither of the big parties are prepared to tell us the truth on this.